So next up we have something which can help you dry your code even more, and it is called looping.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
Okay, so now looping is fundamentally required when you want to repeat a particular line of code again and again until a particular condition is satisfied. Okay, so now in JavaScript we are going to currently look at three types of loops. There are a lot of other loops available as well, but currently we are going to look at three types of loops. So the first one is a for loop. Okay, so now to add a for loop you simply have to type in the for word. Okay, and Sublime Text basically can give you the basic for loop at a boilerplate ready. So now we have a variable called I. So let's make this 0 initially. So I is basically 0, and now let's basically add in a condition. Okay, so we want to go through this particular code until this condition over here is satisfied, and the condition over here which we want to write is I is less than or equal to 10. Okay, so I should be less than or equal to 10, and now the condition after the execution of the loop each time is to increment the value of I. So for the first loop the value of I should be 0, then it should be 1, then it should be 2, then it should be 3. So after every iteration we have to increase the value of I by 1. Okay, so over here we simply type in I plus plus, and that basically increases the value of I by 1. Okay, and then inside the loop, so now after this loop you have curly brackets. So now inside this particular loop we have to write the lines of code which need to be executed again and again. Okay, so now let's calculate a very simple thing where we'll calculate the square of all numbers up till 10. Okay, so now over here let's first console.log. And now basically we have to console.log I square. Okay, so now essentially we are basically calculating the square of the I variable, which essentially indicates the iteration which we are going through, and then we are displaying the square. So now let's save this and let's refresh our browser. Okay, so now as you can see we have got all of the squares from 0 to 100, and that is basically what we want. So over here we have again just told the computer that the calculating square function or I into I just once, but essentially we have calculated the square of 10 different numbers. Okay, so the second one is a while loop. Okay, so now while basically works like a for loop, but it has just one condition. Okay, and the increment part needs to be handled by the user. Okay, so over here if we have while loop, and over here again let's type in the same condition. The condition is I is less than or equal to 10. Then now let's get into the loop. But now over here first let's get rid of the for loop by typing comments around it. Okay, so now inside the while loop now we basically have to write in the statement. So the same thing, console.log, and over here we have I into I. And now so first of all we need to declare the variable I somewhere. Okay, so over here let's type in var I. Okay, so now let's save this. Let's go on a new browser and let's refresh this. Okay, so now as you can see we are not getting any output right now. So essentially this is because we have not initialized the value of I. So let's make this var I is equal to 0. Now let's save this again, and now let's refresh the page. And now as you can see over here there is a 3093 number. Okay, so the more you click on the expand arrow over here, the number is simply going on increasing. and this over here we also have the loading icon present, which basically indicates that our JavaScript is still loading, and this is because we have entered an infinite loop. Okay, so now let's first stop this by clicking on the cross arrow, and then over here essentially the thing which is happening is that I is first equal to 0, then the loop gets executed, and then again it checks if I is less than 0 and then again executes the loop. There is no way where we are changing the value of I. And now to do that, let's type in I plus plus over here, and now let's save this, and now let's refresh it again. Okay, so I suppose this has crashed right now, so let's go on a new tab. Okay, let's close this. Let's paste this over here, and now let's open the developer tools. Okay, so now as you can see, we again have all of the squares from 0 to 100. So now let's just make one change where we increase the value of I by 2, and to do that you can use two different ways. Okay, so the first one is I equal to I plus 2. This basically means that you take the value of I, you add 2 to it, and you make it the new value of I. Okay, so let's save this. Let's refresh the page, and now we are only seeing squares which are multiple of 2. Now we can do this by another method, and the key is to add a plus equal to sign. So I plus equal to, and now we have 2. So this is the same thing which adds 2 to the value of I, original value, and then writes the whole value to a new variable called I and then reinitializes it. So let's save this, and now let's refresh. So essentially we have the same result. Okay, so now we have to proceed to the third type of loop, which is a for each loop. Okay, so this loop is only used when you are dealing with arrays. Okay, so let's recollect. Array is basically a collection of a lot of variables together. Okay, so now over here let's get rid of this, all of these lines. So in JavaScript you can basically type in a multi-line comment. To do that, simply add a slash followed by a star, and over here a star followed by a slash. So this is how you write a multi-line comment. Okay, so now let's type in a new array over here. Let's get rid of the display output function as well. Okay, so now let's create a new array and let's call this numbers. So now we have var numbers, and this is equal to an array, and now let's pop in some random numbers over here. Okay, that's enough. Let's add a semicolon, and now basically we want to go through each and every variable of this particular array and do something about the numbers inside it. Okay, so now the command over here is numbers, which is the name of the array. Then we have the dot for each, E is capital, and now basically this thing takes in an arrow function. Okay, so arrow function is basically a single line method, and to do that over here let's first add in another pair of round brackets inside, and now we have to give a new variable name for individual objects inside the array. Okay, so let's call this single number. Okay, and then a space followed by an equal to sign followed by an arrow, and then followed by two curly brackets, and then let's go on a new line. Okay, so this is where we again start writing our code. So now let's simply console.log, and we basically have to type in the square of this particular number. Okay, so now we can refer to that particular element inside that array by using this variable which we have declared over here. Okay, so let's call upon single number times single number. Now let's save this. Let's refresh it. Okay, so we have display output not defined. Okay, so we removed the method over here, so let's remove all of these things as well. Let's save this, and now let's refresh it. And now as you can see, we are getting out the squares of all of the elements inside this particular array. Okay, so I hope I am clear with the loops part in JavaScript. And then this is basically enough for the basic functionality of JavaScript. In the next section, we'll be proceeding on to the DOM manipulation or the document manipulation, which where we'll be interacting with the HTML to produce a desired output. And yes, that's pretty much it for this section. I will have an assignment in the next lecture and then the solution in the following one. So I highly recommend you do it without looking at the solution, but if you are stuck anywhere, you can very well look at the solution and solve it properly. Okay, so if you have any doubts up till now, feel free to leave it in the Q&A section of this course. I'll be more than happy to answer them over there as well.